child just cries and screams non-stop.
Sorry, we gotta charge you $10 for a screaming kid. What do you do if they are screaming adults?
Give them another drink.
Good AM and welcome to Mothership Kaypoh. So there's this restaurant in Singapore that has a no screaming children policy, or else there'll be a surcharge. And we Kaypoh lah, so we wanted to speak to the boss to find out how this policy came about and if it has affected their restaurant since. So let's go. It's just there. Okay, come. How did this no screaming kids policy come about?
It started probably around May and June. We started getting a lot more complaints. The child just cries and screams non-stop. And when our staff tried to do something about it, not much was done. This was a policy that we didn't know how to address. We had to be a little bit more creative. When it gets busy, the inside is much noisier. There's a slight echo.
Have you ever charged anyone yet?
Thankfully, we haven't. Most of the time, give them a gentle reminder. They usually start managing the situation a little bit better. It's hard to understand what's wrong, and children are not always able to express that.
What do you do if they are screaming adults? Would you have the same surcharge on them?
Oh, absolutely not. They will certainly have more money than the kids.
You charge more?
Absolutely, why not? You gotta be creative, right? Just kidding. Well, am I?
What is the maximum decibel level before you implement this screaming children surcharge?
I actually don't know. We don't have a decibel meter.
Just let you hear a couple of screaming kids and then tell me if this would activate the surcharge.
Depends how long that goes for. This is coming off of a phone. This is very, very different than what actually happens. You do a visual gauge. When everyone around starts looking and starts getting a little bit uncomfortable, that's when you kind of know that, hey, something needs to be done. There definitely have been incidences where children running around unattended. Sometimes what they'll do is they'll run back and forth through the doors. It's a little bit dangerous because these doors, they swing both ways. When it swings back, it doesn't just stop. You imagine people running food in and out, carrying multiple trays. A lot of times they're carrying trays full of knives. So if a knife drops...
No running around policy soon. How did you and your staff kind of react when the news kind of blew up?
We were actually surprised because this policy has been around for over a month. And suddenly when it blew up, we were thinking, whoa, like what happened? What changed? To be honest, I haven't read the reviews myself personally. I don't know if everyone agrees with the approach, but there are a lot of people who do voice their opinions online.
How has business been like since implementing this policy?
It's a little too early to say. We're definitely seeing changes. It's been very positive. People have stopped by, supported us. They stood by us. Now, it's hard to tell, are these changes going to be positive in the long run? We're willing to take short-term pains in order to ensure that in the long term, the overall dining experience is better for everyone. So even though we're going through a little bit of an uneven time, we have no issue with that.
No pain, no gain. Now we know the maximum noise level that restaurants like Angie's can tolerate. So if you have kids and you're very sure that they won't scream to that level, you can consider dining here. This is Lauren done Kaypohing for Mothership cause it's our business to price, so you don't have to. That's all for today's story. Share your stories with us with the email that appears on screen in 2 seconds. Sending an email is free, and who knows, we might just report on it. Thanks for tuning in.